Mario 64 modding is about to get crazy. And it's all thanks to this one creation that the community got their hands on not too long ago, besides every single other Nintendo related leak that's happened in the last 2 months. Of course, I'm talking about Mario 64 source code, but more importantly, what's been done with it. Because for the modding and ROM hacking community, heck, even the Super Mario 64 community as a whole, this changes everything, and makes mods like the one on screen now possible. And with it, this is only the beginning. Hey everybody, I'm TallusFlash, and today we're going to be answering the question that Nintendo would probably rather avoid. Why Super Mario 64 modding is about to completely explode with content. One thing you might have noticed right away is that for this video and in the title and the thumbnail, I've used the word mod instead of ROM hack to talk about the crazy new possibilities for Mario 64. And this isn't just me memeing the crap out of you like pronouncing the word SNES differently in every sentence, because there's an actual reason. Since the days of the SNES and even before, ROM hacks were always the main source of fan-made content for these types of games, and normally the same thing would apply to Super Mario 64. But here's the thing, the gameplay you've been watching for this whole video isn't a Mario 64 ROM. In fact, it's not a ROM at all, because this is the first ever semi-official PC port of the game. Now, ignoring the fact that absolutely nothing about this port is legal or official, and that the Nintendo ninjas are probably trying to obliterate any copy of this thing they can find, this port is the key to possibly some of the greatest Mario 64 hacks that could ever come to be. But the story of this extremely not legal PC port, and how it came to be in the first place, is pretty interesting on its own, because it was directly built from the major Nintendo source code leak that happened a while back, which had over 2 terabytes of Nintendo's internal files, demos, and beta work leaked onto 4chan. And it's from this data leak that the source code for Mario 64 was made available to be compiled for PC. Except it wasn't. And I was originally confused about this at first too when I was doing research for this video, but believe it or not, the PC port of Mario 64 and the data leak that happened just mere weeks before are completely unrelated, which only makes the port slightly less illegal, but you know what, we'll take it. But FlashCap, how the heck did they make a Mario 64 leak without the source code? And to that, I answered, they made it themselves. And no, I am not kidding. They literally reverse engineered the game and remade it for PC. The original intent behind decompiling the game's code wasn't to make a port though. Originally, the team behind it, now working on decompiling Zelda Ocarina of Time, did it to get a better understanding of how the game worked, and to help speedrunners figure out new strats, exploits, and meta. They used various tools to see how N64 ROMs were organized, and with knowledge of the ROM's compiler, could get raw assembly instructions from the ROMs and convert them to C code, which leaves us with a perfect replica of Mario 64. But the people who used that code to make the port itself aren't related to the same team who decompiled it, nor did they actually have the intent to release it to the public. Instead, it was accidentally leaked out from one of the people involved, and from there, it spread pretty fast over the internet. Fast enough to have Nintendo running at light speed to try and DMCA as many of the download links as possible. Even though, let's be real, everyone already has a copy of this thing, and even if you don't, you could probably find it from a Google search. That is, until Nintendo takes down Google? Nintendo's rampage aside, with this fully functioning PC port, so many new things are possible with Mario 64 mods, because it's running on DirectX, has Xbox controller and native 4K support, and we can directly edit the game's files in the way they run, instead of just patching them like before. This makes things like ray tracing Super Mario 64, which was just a meme, actually possible. Or even this HD version of Mario's model, which looks a lot like those early 3D renders for the game now that I think about it. Actually, completely updating its graphics and lighting to look like these renders is a sick idea. Modders, if you're listening, please make this a real thing. Point being, this PC port of Mario 64 has so many possibilities for the future of mods, remakes, and just the game itself. I'd argue that this is the future of Mario 64 ROM hacking itself. Of course, it all depends on what people actually decide to do with the thing. But considering we've already got insane mods just a week in, I'd say there's a lot more to come. So there it is, a Mario 64 PC port, reverse engineered from the original game's code, and quite possibly the real reason that Mario 64 mods could be taken to the next level. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, that's all for today. I realized this video might have been on the shorter side, but that's because this project is so new, and I thought it would be really cool to make a video on at this point. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like down below. Always helps the channel out a ton. And let me know, what are some new modding possibilities you'd like to see from Mario 64 PC? Leave a comment with some of your ideas down below. And as always, if you're new here and you'd like to see more, don't forget to smash that squishy red subscribe button for new videos like this one every week. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be back in a flash.